this is I, this is I. So 1, it's 5. Which is okay, so we here, this is gonna be all false. Because to get sum of 0, none of the elements gonna give you. Then you go to sum equal 1. Well, that's gonna be false, that's gonna be false, that's gonna be false, and that's gonna be true. And then maybe here you want to fill it out. You look at just one element and you want a sum of 2. One element can't do this. Sum of 3 can't do this. Sum of 4 can do this. Sum of 5 true, and then false, false, and so on. And then you look at this one and you do false. So now I'm looking at the second element, which equals to 5. And now it's one of these cases. So I'm looking at this element, I need to get sum of 1. I have these 2 recursive calls. 1 includes it and 1 doesn't. The one that doesn't include it goes here. This is false. The one that doesn't include it just goes here. The one that includes it goes to AI minus 1 Si different both of them false. Could you see what I'm doing or no?
Yeah, it's similar to the other day.
Similar to backpack thing.
Yeah. It makes sense now. I forgot to mention to you guys that I'm confused between the 2D and the 1D, because many of the cases we actually don't need 2D. We just need to use information from the first row to build up the second row, and so on. That's why usually people just update like in place like this.
Yeah.
So that's why I confuse everybody. But yeah, it should be similar to the backpacking thing.
Okay, so we can like sort of finish it up.
Yeah.
You're gonna see, but the bottom line is that this is the recursion that I think you definitely did the last time we were finishing up, because this is exactly what you did.
Yeah.
So what's going on now? We're always constantly seeing the same stuff showing up.
It starts getting
No,
boring.
but it's interesting. Like there's a like obviously like they are trying to make us think differently. Like there's a better way, and this way is. You know what I mean? We always, the human mind goes always try brute forcing everything, but there's a way that's coming up always now, and it's better way.
Yeah, like.
Can I raise it for a moment?
Of course, man.
I'm just gonna put the solution 5, 11, 1, and
Can you go through so we see?
yeah, I wanna redraw,
Yeah.
but I wanna leave the solution. Can you see?
Yeah.
What was it? AI. So now I would have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. Dude, I'm getting better at this. I can feel it.
Until next time.
I'm just very confident right now. That's it. Okay. Here, this is like this, and then there's gonna be. Yeah, now I'm forgetting. A0. Do we have A0? A0 is just 0. Something like this. So this is, I need my base case, AI. Imagine that my array starts with a blank, and this is 0, this is 1. You know what I mean? Just as Tunk usually does. Okay?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
my A0, my A like this.
5541 wouldn't give you the answer, right? Right.
Where did they change something? No, it does. We need some 11.
5 and 1.
5 5. This
Oh,
is
that's 11. Okay. Okay.
right.
Yeah.
So this is blank.
Mhm.
This is 5. This is 5. This is 11, and this is 1. And once again, we like.
Ooh. Careful.
There's not many.
Okay.
4 more lines.
Okay.
1, 2,
So
3.
how can we get without any numbers some 0?
It's true.
True, right? And everything else is false.
Mhm.
Oh, I need to put so many F letters.
You can check.
You all
accordingly.
F. Look, this is F. Okay.
First
Um,
second one, right?
Now remember, what does this do? This is our sum, and this is our target.
Mm-hmm.
This is as. So if we get all the way at the bottom true, it means that we did it.
Yes.
That's the
Now
thing.
we filled up the column, first column.
Right, so here all gonna be false because we need target sum 0, but there are no 0 elements. So you look at the element here, it's 5. Can we make 0 with just one element, which equals to 5? No, we can't. Can we make 0 with element 5? No, we can't. Can we make this? No. Can we make this? No. We can't. Okay. Now we look at
Wait
1.
a second. It's. How come it's true in my solution? Now I forget. I'm confused.
I don't remember this wrong. Let's see. Now we are making. The second row. Okay. Well, doesn't matter how you go, but okay.
Now let's check the first column.
First column. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter how we.
Yeah, because it's true in my solution. So.
Okay. First column. Because yeah, I changed
First
one.
column.
of 5.
This one.
Yeah.
This one. This is the first one. It's all true in my solution.
So you mean
Oh yeah, because we.
you propagate the true
Yeah.
through the whole.
No, it's not progress. We take 0 times of this, 0 times of this, 0 times of this, and that would give you some 0, right?
0.
Makes sense?
Oh, you mean like don't take it.
Mm-hmm.
So in my case it's gonna be. Oh right. So here this is how the formula works, right? You're at element A. Here, right? You're at this element.
Mm-hmm.
You're here. You're gonna take it or leave it. If you take it, it means that you need to go to the row above
Mm-hmm.
and to the sum minus, so to the sum -5, which we don't even have this column to go. But if you leave it, so let me mark it because it's easier. This means leave. this means
skip or
skip is better, right? This means skip. This means take.
awesome.
Okay. So if we skip, we just go one element up and stay at the same sum.
Yes.
And this is what we want.
So this should be true, right?
Right. So this is true. Right. Perfect. Right. Because I didn't follow. Okay. So now you're at element 2, sum 0. You're here.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna take or skip. So if you skip, you go to one element up and sum, and if you wanna take it, you go to one element up and sum s minus the value, which is 5, which is gonna give you again negative. But if you skip it, just go one element up. So it's true. So all of them are true.
So you see, the base case is very important. So the most important things is coming up with the recursive formula, and then the base case, right? You think you keep thinking that, okay, if I keep recursive like this, which point I need to end up. Anyway, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. So then you're at sum 1.
And that would be your J, right? J is 1. Yeah. Your I is 1.
I don't have I's in, I don't even have J
J's.
there. Oh, J is my opt. Oh, I see. So that's gonna be, well, I actually have only one index. I don't know why it's a J. It's just opt.
It's okay. I
Opt.
understand.
Opt I. Opt I.
Where's J?
I don't know how to make two indices. Because, I mean, this is my I, if you wish, and this is my J, basically. This is the columns, this is the rows, this is the columns, right? So this is what I do. Opt. Yeah, I don't know how to write
So
it.
can you go through follow S is
Okay, so we want to make one here, right? So we are here. Oh, this is what probably Toon said one day. We need to have or here between them, because we're only care about true false statement. That's why here we have or. So we actually have two cases. Whether this one, basically there is
Yes.
or,
You have to take or.
yeah, and the base case.
and also
Just or.
We're taking or.
Yes.
Okay, so where are we here? Or where we are? We're here. So we are here about, we need to get sum 1. We're looking at element AI, which is 1. So we're looking here. Do we take it or skip it? So if we take it, we need to go to the previous AI minus 1, so to the previous row, and we need to go to the column which is S minus AI, which is so we are here, which is 1 minus 5. 1 minus 5 is -4. We don't even have this column here. So that's going to be false. Or if we skip it, we go to the previous. So this one is incorrect.
But so if you first case is if you skip it, right?
Well, if you take it, you get false. But if you skip it,
Also false.
you go to the previous row, which is here.
Which is false. So the answer is false. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing to be surprised. How can you get 1 if you have just one element 5? You can't.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do we want to go? Here? Do we want to build it with rows or columns? Okay, let's do a couple like this. I'm at element I, which is now here. Okay? And I have two options with OR. If I take it again, I have to go to previous, and s minus 5 should give me -4. I don't have this thing. Or if I skip it, I go to the same sum, which is here. This is my sum, right? To the previous one, which is false. So it's again false. And it makes sense. I cannot get 1 even if I have 2 5s, right? So I go here, it's going to be false again. Finally, I go here. So this is interesting because if I take it, what do I do? I go to previous row, which is represented here, and I have to subtract from S, this is my S, from like current S. I have to subtract from S current element, which is 1. So I go here.
Like this, right? Something like that.
Exactly. So that's going to be true.
In this case.
You see it now?
No. I'm constantly losing. I'm seeing it and then I lose it.
Okay.
We're
So
following.
I'm considering this point.
Yeah.
There are two cases, whether I'm taking this one or I don't take this one. So imagine I take this one.
Yeah.
What does
then you have
this
1
is,
minus
right? This what entry is this? What entry is going to be? It's going to be opt of I minus 1. What is this? So it's going to be A3, right? Because my I right now is equal to 4.
4. Yeah,
Agree?
minus 1, yeah,
And S minus 1. S is equal to what?
1.
1
Minus.
minus the value. The
Which is
value.
1, yeah.
So I'm ending up at A30. You look at A30,
You know where you are,
A30,
so it's true.
it's true.
So I guess let me restate it. So maybe so we're here. We have to check if there's any combination of these guys that give us the sum 1. Okay. So
Combination of
A1,
S
A2,
and A4 in this case.
so let's say A1, A2, A3, and A4, and at each of the coefficient here, I already made some choices. Either 0, 1 here, not here, 0, 1 here. That means if it's 0, then I don't take this, I don't include this guy in the sum. If it's 1 here, then I did include this guy in the sum, and so on. So let's assume this case we take this. That means we have one time we count this guy A4 in here, and it will give us the sum 1, right? That means now we have to check back from the previous step. Okay, this happens only if this sum would give us this guy minus this guy, right? In this case, this guy is 1. That means this can happen if should have plus here and plus here. If this combination give us 1 minus 1, which is 0. Okay? So this combination is like you focus on this part, right? And you look at the column 0 now. This is what you look at now. So you look at this. Actually, you stop at this guy. It stop here. It like at this point means that there's combination of all the guys in front here that give you the sum 0, which is in this case we include nothing. In this case 0, 0, 0. So 0 times of this guy, 0 times of this guy, 0 times this guy, and 1 time of this guy would give you 1. Does that make sense?
I see now, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, man. I think we can go and up to 5 and 6.
Yeah, so here what we do, so we're gonna go false. So now without using the formula, just see, can you get a sum of 2 if you have just one element 5? No, no, no. And here, yes.
Yeah.
So if you take it, this is what's gonna happen. If you take it, so take, right? You're gonna go to the previous row, and you're gonna look at s minus the value of this element, of your current element. So our current element is right here. This is what we are considering. So it equals to 5. So I have to go to the previous row and 5 minus 5, which is 0. So I'm going here. And it's true. So this is true. Right? And then that's all the way going to be false. Why is it going to be false? Because you having one element, I only can get 5. Just
Yeah, with one element you cannot get.
right.
6,
So this
7,
was
8
logically,
because it's
but you
only
can
5.
actually go through this formula and see that you're just going to end up at all false here. And
So this right away, when you're gonna find yourself in this position, you're gonna know that this is true because you got now 2 elements that can give you that.
so yeah, let's see.
Right?
Yeah, let's see what you have now.
Yes. Yeah.
That's how this thing works, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. So that is based on our observation as human. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't want to go through the whole formula again, but you can see it. So now if we consider this one, right? So we have that I equals to 2, right? I equals to 2. We're at 2. We need, so now I look in here. Sum equals to 2. So I have 2 options, whether I take it or skip it. So if I take 5, I have to go to the previous row and I have to subtract from sum the element. So 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5, negative 3. So I cannot, you see, I cannot make it. Same is going to be here, same is going to be here. By the way, if I skip it, if you think that I can make it, if I skip it, I just need to go to previous one at the same time, which is also false. So all those false is going to be true, maybe until here.
Wait, but if you're skipping, what's happening if you're skipping? You have AI minus 1, which means that
Which means that you just go to the
minus
previous row
1
at the
and
same
gives you-
sum.
okay.
Right? So now we are here. And let's consider both options. So what happens if you take it? So if you take it, you have to go to the previous row and subtract here. So it's true. If you skip it,
It should be capital. So far, like we haven't made it clear. We never had like a formal convention
now it's even more confusing.
and definition to Bladen. So, do you remember with the LCS, with the longest common subsequence, we have to define the how do we call it? The, let's say you have sequence A, C, G, T, G, T, and we name this S. Then we must have this would be S5. This is S4. Right, from the beginning to this guy, from beginning to this guy. So here, what we mean by this, we only use the combination of all the guys in the array from the first one up to this element to build this sum. That's why you see we always look up and left. See, that's the key point. That's the key point.
But anyway, so here if we skip it, we go to the previous one at the same row, at the same column, which is also true. So it's true or true, which is true.
That means, right, we can take any of this guy, we take this 1 time of this guy and 0 time of this guy, the sum will give you 5. And 0 time of this guy and 1 time of this guy still give you 5. In this case, because they both 5.
Right.
Alright.
So then, I don't know, maybe it's time for me to draw this line.
Ooh.
Because it's getting weird and weird. Okay, so 6, again, 2 options. If you take it, so if you take 5, what you need to do, you need to go to the previous row and subtract from 6 the values that you took, which is 5. So it's going to be here. And it's false. So if you take it, no way you can make it. But if you skip it, you just go to this one, which is also false. So this is false. And this is going to be false. And damn, why is that? It's really like this.
Because you're too tall, man.
False.